Welcome to another AriasWave XRP update. So in this video, I am giving you the most bullish view that I can come up with in this chart. Now, I have spent quite a bit of time in the last 24 hours going over some waves. Now, I did post an idea yesterday, which is, I think we're getting closer to what's really going on here, right? A bit of patience pays off, and I put my ideas out there, and then slowly we build on the previous ideas, and then I get more of a feel for the waves, and then slowly it all starts to piece together. Now, what's interesting about this particular representation of or interpretation of the waves is that it's also slightly in line with the US dollar and what is going on in the US dollar, because the US dollar is in a wave E at the moment. It is already started. So that's very interesting. So I'll link, actually, those videos are all linked below, by the way, from this series. I think it's US dollar versus Bitcoin, right? But anyway, so if you have a look at what I have labeled wave A, this is very similar to the wave A that occurred in Bitcoin, right? It ended slightly before the one in Bitcoin, but it doesn't matter, right? It's basically giving me the indication that wave A just ended there, right? Now, I'm going back to this being a zigzag again, right? Because there's nothing else that could possibly go there, right? So that's for B. And then this pattern here, I am tipping that it's a weak wave C, right? It's a 5-wave move. And the reason why I think this might be the case is if I go to RSI, right, what appears to be wave 3 was the weakest wave in the move, right? So this gives credence to that idea, and it just fits the bill perfectly, right? And then obviously the lowest point before that was the end of wave A. So that's once again, these are the ending points of certain waves, and this has got me thinking a lot. So very interestingly, these points also are the points that I use to create this channel, right? So the end of it, the other side of it goes to the top, right? And it's using the A and the C low. And you can see how price has respected the midway point all the way, even back down to where this wave C ended, which is now what I believe could potentially be wave D. So we're still looking at the possibility that this is a zigzag, a strange one at that, because of what happened with the lawsuit. But I have then taken the bottom of that C wave and the bottom of this C wave, and I've also created another channel, right? And the top of that channel goes to the start of wave C up here, this wave C, the weak one. And you can see how price has respected this area, right? All of this here, well, obviously that's where I put it. And then that channel within here, you can see that there's the price has come to an apex there and broke beneath this area, and then it's gone all the way down, made the low, and then come up and sort of break through that area again and interact with these midway points in this channel, creating another what appears to be apex moving forward into the future, right? So a triangle apex shape. This seems to be the theme in this pattern, right? And I mean, you could just see how well respected this channel is all the way back down here to 2017, right? So what could potentially be happening is that wave D just needs to make a new high, okay? Because in order for this to be considered officially a wave D, we need to break above this wave here, which was the B wave, right about there. We need to hit about 80 cents, right, to, at a minimum, to make a new high, right? And then what I do believe will happen is that that will be the end of wave D, and then we'll start heading into wave E, right? Which is what I said before, is that it's similar to the wave that the US dollar is in, the last move up for the US dollar, the last move down for XRP. Now this is where it gets interesting, right? So what are we going to expect once we hit that D wave? Well, 5 waves down, like I said. Now, how the 5 waves play out, well, I can't really say, right? But it could be straight 5 wave move, right? Well, obviously wave 3 can't be the shortest. Or it could be like an ending diagonal type zigzag move down. Probably a really bad example there. So first you need a zigzag, correction, zigzag, correction, and a zigzag, right? And once you get that, you need a wave 1, right? So now wave 1 can potentially come back to this point here, right? And then we could see like A, B breakout, C, D, E. I mean, we could just see price start doing this sort of thing, right? Much quicker than that. It could potentially be much quicker than that. This could all happen much faster than this, by the way. Okay, but just say, for example, that the cup was created, the cup and handle pattern was created towards the end of the year. Just say, for example, right? That could be bullish 2022 price action there. I suppose it really just depends on how fast this E wave happens. Okay. Now, a lot of people might start saying, well, I don't know if price is going to go that low. I think you're crazy, or I think you're dreaming, whatever people say, right? Well, this is an uptrend. It's making higher highs. Even if it comes down to this, channel, bottom of the channel here, it's still going to be on an uptrend, right? Or it may not even go that low. Who knows, right? Who knows? The point I'm trying to make here is that we are expecting an E wave, right? That's what we are expecting moving forward. And how long will this all take? Well, I don't think it can go past the end of the year. In fact, it may even be earlier than that. Maybe at some point when it hits the bottom of the channel, could happen much sooner than the end of the year. But for everything to sort of start taking off, lifting off, you just never know, right? Like I've said before, things tend to happen either at the end of the month or at the end of the year, beginning of the year, whatever it is. Those are significant, usually significant on charts. But as we come to this apex, price will consolidate, and you probably see more of a triangular, price action thing, and then it'll just explode, right? It'll coil up like crazy, and then it'll explode. Oops. Yeah. So what can I say? This seems like a really good interpretation of what's going on. It makes a lot of sense. It explains this price action here, which took this thing lower as Bitcoin made its B wave up. Because I still believe that it's a B wave. So I suppose this means that potentially when Bitcoin starts correcting, and Bitcoin will start correcting hard, and XRP will just start taking off, right? This, to me, this is good news. This is really good news. This is also giving us time to accumulate more, and I do think that this is amazing. Like, whilst Bitcoin has been, reaching astronomical levels, this guy's been correcting and getting ready for that move. So, wow. Let's see what happens, right? Let's see how people think about this particular interpretation and see how it's received. And then potentially we'll move on to other coins. And by the way, the reason why I'm seeing these patterns is because going through those other coins, I'm starting to see things. So I'm starting to put it all together in this way, and I'm going to actually be bringing updates out on other coins which I've done and other coins which people have suggested, such as Algorand and ICX-TRX. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Hopefully you found this video interesting and informative. Thank you for watching.